welcome back to The Artful Chef. Today we are talking about how to correctly proportion a face. So we have already learned how to draw eyes from the front view and the side view. We've learned how to draw the nose and the mouth. We're going to put those different things together and we're going to put them all together on a face in the appropriate areas, and we're going to do a front view and a profile view. So let's get started. So let's talk about the shape of a head. So this part up here that holds your brain is actually, if you think of it in simple shapes, is kind of shaped like an egg. So on our first step, we're going to draw an egg shape. Then we're going to think about the bottom half of our face kind of resembles a hockey mask. So if you think about taking your egg shape, your circle that's at the top, and just smushing a hockey mask onto it, that's going to be our basic outline for a face. Let me show you. So if we were thinking in that egg shape, we would roughly draw the top of an egg. Looks something like this. Now I am using a graphite pencil, so I will not be able to erase these lines. So when I actually begin drawing, I will transfer this onto another piece of paper. So we have the top of the head, then we have that hockey mask look. So hockey mask would come down like this. If you were doing a masculine face, you would have a squared off jawline. A feminine face would be a little more rounded. But when I say hockey mask smashed onto your egg, this is the basic shape of the face. So you would eventually go back and you would get rid of this. Let's talk about proportions. So people tend to draw eyes in the wrong part of the face because when you look at someone visually, you don't really pay attention to their forehead. Really what you see first is their eyes. So you visualize their eyes a lot higher than they actually are. So we're going to take this face and we're going to divide it in half and in half. My lines are not perfectly straight, but that's okay. So if you've got this halfway mark here, your eyes technically fall right in the middle of your head. So your eyes would actually be right here. The ideal spacing for your eyes, the space between the two eyes is about the width of an eye. So if you can imagine making your marks where your eyes would be. So this is the center of each space here. I'm gonna make, let's see, a mark here and a mark here. And then I'm going to make the outer part of my eye here. And I wanna make sure that I have this distance the same. I'm gonna use this eraser as my guide here. So I'm just gonna mark that there. So that is the hardest part of getting eyes the same, is making sure you have the width the same. So if you want to use some kind of a guide to help you, that's going to help the eye itself be proportionate on the face. So if that was the width of the eye and I put that there, that is approximately the space that I have between the two eyes. So those eyes are going to be proportionate with the face. If you take this face and you divide this bottom half in half again, this part right here is where the bottom of your nose is going to hit. If you take this section and you divide it in half, within this portion right here is where your mouth is going to be. And of course, this is your chin down here. Now, let's think about ears. Ears fall in line with the top of the eye. So if this is the eye, the ears are going to fall here and they're going to fall here. At the bottom of the nose. So, and we'll draw ears later, but a basic ear is going to be about this area. So this is if you were doing this from the front view. Also, you need to take in consideration that the outside part of the mouth typically lines up with the center of the eye. So wherever your pupil is, if this is your pupil, this is your center. This line that comes down like this is where the outer points of your lips would be. That's where they would fall. in line with the pupil of your eye. Depending on the person that you are drawing or the type of person you are trying to draw, different people have different sizes of noses are they vary a lot, but standard form to get it proportionate, the inside of the eye right here, so this inner part is going to be about the width of the base of your nose. So that part that flares out down here at the bottom, that's going to be about as wide as the inside point of your eyes here. Now let's see how you would proportion this if you were doing a profile view. So you do still have that top of the head, the top shape of the head. So you're going to draw that circle or that egg, top of that egg shape. And we're not going to worry so much about the nose and everything right now, as we are going to just have it come down, because we're going to add those details later. So this would be the front of your hockey mask, of course, and you come over. So if you proportion the same way you did before, so this would be the back of the head, you divide this in half, and then in half. Your eyes are still going to be in the center. Now, from the side view, of course, we don't have the whole eye. So you're going to start with that triangle and that eye right there, the eyeball itself. Your ear is still in line with the eye. So the top of the ear would come here. It's in the center of your head. So it's going to attach there to that line. You're going to come down. And if you divide this again, like I said before, this halfway point here is where the bottom of the nose is. This halfway point is where the mouth would be. So your ear will come down to that line where your nose would end. So this would be your profile view. Now let's talk about where your neck goes. Neck. So the neck is part of the spine. So when you come off the back of the head here, that neck is just an extension onto the spine. So people tend to want to put it in the wrong place and make their picture a little more alien-like. So that is just an extension there. You also want to think about your jawline on your picture here. So your jaw would actually be in line with this center mark here. So this would be your jawline if you're coming out. And remember that your more masculine features are more squared off and your feminine features are more rounded, depending on which it is that you're drawing. I hope that you have enjoyed this series on drawing the human form, and I hope that you have learned something new about how to draw facial features and how to shade and how to proportion a face correctly. And if you have comments or questions, please feel free to drop them in the box below, and I will try to get back with you as soon as I can. And until next time, you guys have a fabulous day.